So, I took a little detour on my way back to the Deku Tree. Just a small one. So yeah, we're going to quickly clear out the bottom of the well. And by clear out, I mean we're going to go grab... I can't remember the bloody name. Lens of Truth, that's the one. Professional is, you know, professional. Gonna grab the Lens of Truth and also the bomb juice. After that, we're gonna move on, we're gonna clear out the Deku Tree real quick. And after that, we'll be going to Hyrule Castle. Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Yeah, creepy stuff. So anyway, yeah. After we've taken care of that... Have I picked up one of these before? No, I have not. Bloody hell. We'll do that. I'll show you guys the Door of Time skip. Just for shits and giggles and nothing else. Because I am playing an emulator, I may actually do a save state before I do it. So that I can... like, come back and legit open the door as well. I don't know yet. In fact, I'm vaguely curious as to what happens if you play the Song of Time outside, outside the door. When you get out as Adult Link. That might be something I'll investigate. I just want to see different ways the game can break, essentially is what I'm doing here. If you have a preference, state down in the comments. Do you want me to drop the save state and then legit open the door afterward, or do you want me to have to maneuver around that self-imposed obstacle? Although to be quite frank, if I recall rather, correctly, I know I've gone the wrong way. I don't need to go this way at all to actually do this. I completely forgot what I was doing. I was supposed to be activating the no actor clip so I could just go and drop straight down into the crawl space where the Lens of Truth is. Because I'm trying to talk and think at the same time and play this game. Yeah, I went to autopilot and started actually doing the dungeon. Oh well. You guys get to see a bit more of the bottom of the well. A bit more spoops for your money. Well, not really money, but you know what I meant. Yes, you're very scary. All the girls are very impressed, I'm sure. Oh, you stop doing this, please. It's like it does it completely at random. When I tested the pause menu before I began recording, absolutely fine. You guys have seen recordings of where the pause menu's working correctly, so it's not even anything to do with OBS. I genuinely don't know why sometimes it just decides not to load the pause menu correctly. Nothing here at all? I am disappointed. I am very disappointed. Yeah, bit of money I can't actually collect. Yeah. Never mind, never mind. Do I actually need the adult wallet for anything? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head where I get... what's the word? Fire Tunic, that's the one. I get the Fire Tunic for free, don't I? Same as the Zara Tunic, I just have to find it somewhere. Sure you do. Perhaps I might be totally misremembering, and I do actually, in fact, have to buy both items. But I was certain that an NPC gives you the required tunics. And then you only have to buy them if you lose them to like a like or some such. You know, don't kill the like to get it back. Again, things I should probably actually be paying attention to. It's either that or Fire Temple's gonna be very interesting trying to play it on like a, what's it, a 5-minute timer? I mean, don't get me wrong, I know some of the skips and whatnot, but I'm not that quick. That's like task levels. Okay. Looks like a big hand. It's the only reason I ever grabbed the map. I just like the fact that the basement area looks like a big spooky hand. For some reason that amuses me. Yeah, well. I think that's our general plan. We'll see how badly I screw myself over in the process. I need to get back into the habit of like side hopping as soon as I grab like final collectibles too. As I mentioned before, if you do that sort of thing with correct timing, you can actually move during cutscenes. To a limited degree, admittedly, but you can still do it. Ah, there it is. The skeletons usually indicate there's a way out of a room. Not necessarily an obvious one, but there is a way. I thought it was a nice little oh, spooky scary. I thought it was a nice little touch that the devs put in there. And grab the bomb tooth while I'm at it as well. Bomb boost. Bomb boost. It's a lot easier to do as a kid. Da 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 da. Remote bombs. How fun. Fun for all the family. Speaking of family, just completely random aside. But I recently discovered two things. The first of all, both the Addams Family films are actually on YouTube. For free, that is. I imagine they're not, and obviously I wag my finger in the general direction of those who put them on there. Officially speaking. But also I discovered there is a thing called Adult Wednesday Addams. Currently floating around YouTube in various guises. I'm like 2 years late to the party, admittedly, but as always seems to be the case. But I actually quite love the series. It's genuinely quite funny, it's very... stupid bubble. Generally quite accurate to the spirit of the original character. And the humour of the original show, indeed. Especially, well, more so the movies than the TV series, but still. Most people know the Addams Family from the movies rather than the show, at the end of the day. But it's quite good. There are a couple of episodes in the second season where it starts attempting to do the whole political commentary thing. It's like, oh god, please. It's painful. Of all the characters that should be attempting this, Wednesday Addams is not one of them. But other than that, generally pretty good. I liked it at least anyway. Did have a little private chuckles. There's always that moment where you recognise these characters and you think, I knew someone like this. I dated someone like this. Hey buddy. Having a shuffle, are we? Every day you shuffling. Time to die. There we go. No, can I? Stomach. Ah. There is a way that you can manage to damage him after he's done that. I can't remember what it is though. Like, it's gonna come to me after I've finished recording this episode. You can... There's a very specific spot in this room you need to make him go to. And for some reason, that cancels out his invincibility. I'm assuming... I'm assuming you have to trick the game into thinking that he's voided out. The only way I could possibly start doing is maybe if you got him near to one of the walls and go to stick his face through the wall. Maybe then the game would count as him voiding out and you'd have a second window to damage him. I'm not sure. There's a way of doing it though. The general idea is he's supposed to be turning left and right. God damn it. Turning left and right to keep his back to you at all times so he can't injure his face, which is the only part of him that takes actual damage. Oh, buggering hell. Just mash A to roll. There we go. Alright, try this again, shall we? This time with 90% more success. The general figure. There we go. You can imagine that guy was bloody terrifying to face when you were like 7 or 8. Got this huge, fleshy, rotting mass of just wrongness waddling towards you. As you realise that these tentacle-like hands have grabbed you and are now pinning you in place as the abomination shuffles ever closer, and with it, your ultimate demise. But we found the lens of truth, which is a magnifying glass that peers through deception. Interesting idea. Interesting idea indeed. Pretty much the only reason I'm picking this up is to make Shadow Temple a bit easier. But now, on to the Deku Temple. Deku Tree. Potato, potato. Alright, here we are. Through the magic power of editing, you guys shouldn't have seen me walk all the way back. In case people are wondering, by the way, how I got in to the bottom of the well, I used another Navi dive. The same trick we used to get out of the forest the very first time. There's also another trick where you can abuse the the Cuckoo's Revenge cutscene to get pushed into the well. It's a lot quicker than waiting around for Navi to happen to be speaking. But as it turned out, I got there just as she started yammering about something or other, so I thought, yeah, let's do the trick that I've done 1,001 times and can do very, very easily. That seems like a lazy way about this. Also means I don't have to record any more segments. Just skip straight to content. Speaking of content, we're going to attempt something now that, yeah, I'm going to cheat slightly because I'm actually going to kill this guy. If you do this trick in its entirety, he should remain alive and you basically paralyze him with a Deku Nut in the process. Because the idea is, if I line this up correctly, I should, via a series of complex acrobatic maneuvers, end him in the correct position to break the web below us, side hop off it before it finishes breaking, thus preventing the bottom basement from loading correctly, and then recoil slash off the wall to land on the other side without ever having to complete. Yes! Now back. No. Yes, no. Ah! I was in the wrong position. If you get down here quick enough, that second web that I was just standing on doesn't actually load. The physical model does, but its collision detection does not, so you can walk straight through it. But if you take too long, the game figures out where you are and loads the correct assets. Now, can I do this? No, it's not going to do it, is it? Okay. Can I remember how to get flame storage from a sword? Not sure I can. Isn't flame storage just a case of you jump slash at a flame source and then pull a Deku stick more or less the moment you land? So, no. Okay. I could not remember how to do that trick. Oh bugger, I'll push this down and do the second segment of this temple the long way, quote unquote. That might be the quicker way of doing it, unless I can get the right angle from up here. Of course not. Oh, never mind. But yeah, there's an interesting bug in the game where if you jump slash at a source of fire, and your sword actually hits the fire, there's a couple of seconds where the game can't decide whether or not your sword should catch light, basically. Because there's obviously code in there for the Deku Stick doing so. If you pull a Deku Stick quickly enough, the game subs in the value of the Deku Stick for the sword, but also has the stored value saying this item should be on fire. And so your Deku Stick spontaneously catches light. At least that's why I think the tricks works. I might, well, considering if I actually didn't, either I got the timing wrong or I'm just wrong about how to activate that particular trick. So I don't claim to be an expert on this, I'm purely doing this for my own amusement. Oop. And your turn, Sonny Bob. Speaking of tricks, I will disillusion you all now, I'm not going to be Ganondoring. There's a lot of complex tricks you need to be able to do to pull off a decent Ganondorf. And I'll make no odds about it, I've never been able to pull it off successfully. I've been able to get to the point where you warp, and the screen goes out to white, but I've either got soft locks, or I've ended up in the wrong area. I've never been able to successfully Ganondorf. I can do pretty much every other trick in the game, but that one I cannot. Because there's too many very precise and very quick tricks one after another. I get flummoxed, basically in the middle where I'm slightly too slow because I'm trying to think, right, what do I do next? And I lose my window of opportunity. So yeah, we won't be Ganondoring. Now for some people that'd actually be a relief, because it means you will see the rest of the game content. I'm not just going to end the LP here. But for those who were hoping to see that particular trick, I do apologise, but it's not one that I'm competent with, I'm afraid to say. Parasitic armoured arachnid. Goba. Now, does the boomerang actually affect you? Just out of curiosity. I'm willing to debate. Interesting. It does stun you, but you don't go into your hittable animation. Try that again. Yeah. Yeah, that stuns you, but it doesn't actually put you into the state where it can hurt you, does it? That's the one I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. That's curious. I was under the impression that, oh good, the menu's working again now. That all this stuff worked on the same general principle. But apparently the stun effect of the boomerang is a different status, maybe, I suppose, of attack than other stunning items. Interesting. Right, let's do this, shall we? Jump slash, untarget, and power crouch dab. There we go. All that delicious Deku Stick damage in a much faster attack. It's actually possible to do that in a single cycle. Like jump slash with the Deku Stick and then just power crouch dab 3 times, I think it is? Or maybe 4. No, I think it's 3. You can kill Goma in one go. I was just mucking around, trying out boomerang and such. You got a heart container. Good job, you. Now we have some delicious, delicious story for you all to enjoy. After which I shall end the episode, and yeah. We'll move on to breaking the next bit of the game. Well, I say breaking. It is going to be more or less legit from this point onward, I suppose. Unless I decide to start doing the adult temples out of order as well. Well done. What? Who are you? Is this my bark? It's suddenly daytime and it's suddenly very dramatic. Some of the cutscenes are coded to specific times of day. Thou hast very demonstrated thy courage. I knew thou would be able to carry out my wishes. Now, I have yet more to tell thee. Wilt thou listen to my long, long tale? No? What? Thou must know my time is short. I'm just going to begin speaking anyway. Now listen carefully. A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me, one fateful night. Very tempted to load in Through the Fire and the Flames in the background, but I've already got enough issues with copyright doing this LP. I wish I was joking. Thank you, Nintendo. Thank you. This man ceaselessly uses his vile sorcerer's powers in his search for the sacred realm that is connected to Hyrule. For it is that sacred realm that one will find the divine relic, the Triforce, which contains the essence of the gods. Well, yes, I have been watching Kung Pao. How did you know? Play me like a drum. Wartime began, before spirits and life even existed. 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power. Nehru, the goddess of wisdom. And Fior, the goddess of courage. And difficult Norse names. Din nuked the place from orbit. It was the only way to be sure. And thus destroyed was our primitive world. With her strong, flaming arms, she cultivated the land and created the Red Earth. Nehru poured her wisdom unto the earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. Fior, with her rich soul, produced all life forms who would uphold the law, and several who would not. 3 great goddesses, their labours completed, departed for the heavens. The golden sacred triangles remained at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, these sacred triangles have become the basis for our world's providence. And the resting place for these triangles has become the sacred realm. You know, a lot of the recent stuff that's been added into the Zelda mythos, implying a lot of technological elements. I'll come back to that. I must never allow the desert man in black armor to lay his hands on the sacred Triforce. I must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. You would never fuck up that badly, would you? That man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. A lovely chap. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Get on with it. Through their valiant efforts to break the curse were successful. I was doomed before you started. Yes, I will pass away soon, but not grieve for me. I have been able to tell you of these important matters. This is Hyrule's final hope. What? Now go to Hyrule Castle. Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. There thou will surely meet Princess of Destiny, Zelda. Take this stone with you. The stone that man wanted so much, he cast this curse upon me. I know, better oldie time writing than Nintendo did. That's the one she was talking about. It all makes sense now. I wonder, will the dialogue actually say that I've got all the stones, I should go back and see Zelda now? I can't remember what it does. Or is it going to imply this is the first one I've ever had? You got the Kokiri's Emerald. This is the spiritual stone of the forest, now entrusted to you by the great Deku Tree. Eventually. Never to be mentioned again. The future depends upon thee, what? Thou art courageous. Navi the fairy, help him to carry out my will. I entreat thee, Navi. Goodbye. And this, of course, was absolutely heartbreaking when we were children. It's even more heartbreaking when you've recently experienced the loss of someone dear. Let's go. Let's go. Goodbye, great Deku Tree. Goodbye indeed. Okay. I was trying to say, though, not to bring the place down entirely. With all like the technology elements that recent Zelda games have added, I can quite see the idea that the story of the 3 goddesses could actually be like an alien terraforming project that the residents of Hyrule have now enshrined in mystery and mysticism. Just something to think about. Just something to think about. And on that note, I shall leave you all, and I'll meet you at Hyrule Castle.